Currently, I'm pulling up into my driveway as I get home from work for my lunch break. And I wanted to tell you guys about today's video and introduce myself. My name is Marie and I'm 47 years old. I'm a wife, a mom to an 11-year-old son, and I'm a physical therapist. In today's video, I'm going to show you my morning routine for a typical work at home or weekend day, along with what I eat for breakfast. I'm starting this series called Bulk Up, Buttercup, because my goal is to gain muscle and hence weight by eating at least 3,800 calories per day and by lifting weights. So in this first episode, you will see my total calories for the day, but I'll be focusing on breakfast and what I do in the mornings on those typical days where I don't have to go into the clinic. As a physical therapist, I work on 3 days a week. I work Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. So today's video is all about yesterday on Monday when I stayed at home. I hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching. Good morning. It is 5:02 a.m. and the first thing I do when I get up is turn my heating pad off. I use this every night because it keeps my feet nice and toasty since I have Raynaud's disease. And then I typically make the bed up, or at least pull the covers up, but this day I did not because I changed the sheets and had nice fresh linens. I always then walk into the kitchen and turn my Keurig on and get it ready so that after I do some exercises, I can have my first most delicious cup of coffee. Of course, I have to say hello to Dobby. He always greets me at the door as soon as I open the door in the morning. And then I grab my bottle of water. Sometimes I am thinking about my future self and I fill it all the way up at night so that it's nice and full in the morning. But sometimes I just, if it's halfway full, as long as I have enough to drink a little bit of water before I do my mouthwash and brush my hair, I'll just drink the rest of that. I use a watermelon flavored mouthwash in the morning because whenever it's time to drink coffee, I do not want a minty taste in my mouth. I'll actually do the minty toothpaste and brush my teeth later on. Then I brush my hair, spray all the tons of little frizzies and slick it back so as I'm doing my exercises it will dry. Then I go back into the kitchen, take my supplements, but those vitamins that I just put on top of the blender, I don't take those until right when I'm about to have my smoothie in the morning so that I'll have better absorption. This is a notebook that I created. My sister actually colored this for me and I put it in the front of the notebook. And here I'm showing how I just record all of my exercises so that I can hopefully get progressively stronger. Today is Monday, so I'm working shoulders. On Mondays, that's what I do. And currently the exercise that I'm performing is got a big long name, and it's from physical therapy school, but it's proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation, basically diagonal patterns. And I'm taking a quick break from doing my shoulders to unload the dryer because, I try to take 1 to 2 minutes between exercises to rest so that I can come back and my muscles will have regenerated a little bit, or, they'll feel stronger. So now I'm just doing a different pattern. It's still the PNF, that big long term, but just another diagonal pattern, and I'm using 20 pounds for that, which is a big progression for me. And I also like to get my little step and get on top of it. And you see I'm barefooted. I mean, this is just so simple. I try to take away all the obstacles. So wearing a cute outfit is not a priority. I'm just super comfortable. No shoes, which I also think helps with building some muscle and stability in my ankles and my feet. So I'm working on calf raises as I do lateral shoulder flies. And that is 15 pounds, and so I just alternate sides and do that. And then I do more calf raises as I go overhead press with 25 pounds per side. And my goal is to work hard enough where I can only do 8 to 12 reps. Here's something else that I do during my break. So during my break, instead of like scrolling on my phone, sometimes I'll stretch. On this day, I needed to print out new to-do list sheets that will go in the notebook that I created. And I'll obviously need to punch holes in it, but you know, I just printed it out and started filling it out. So now it's about 6:30, and Dobby knows that it's time for me to get my coffee, and he is definitely wanting his food. I keep Dobby's food in a pitcher because we had an extra one, and so I decided, well, why not just use what we have? As my coffee is brewing, I'm going to go ahead and start unloading the dishwasher. I don't get very much of it unloaded at all, but at least I can dump out some of the water that has accumulated on top of the items, especially some of the plastic items. I'm going to get my coffee. Oh, this is my yoga shirt, Namaste. So comfortable. And I use Premier Protein shake inside my coffee instead of creamer. It makes it so delicious and so creamy. My favorite flavor is vanilla. I have tried caramel and chocolate, but vanilla is definitely my favorite. And even though I slicked my hair back with water this morning, you can see the little flyaway escapes around my head. I don't always put flavoring in my coffee, but some mornings I just want a little extra something. So I'm going to go over to my corner case that my daddy made so many years ago, before I was even born. So it is very old, and I love storing my coffee flavorings on it and my coffee. So today I decided caramel. Just one squirt does it. And of course I have my stevia in there too, so my coffee is pretty sweet. And then I have closet time. So it might seem weird to go into my closet, but it's like my little hidey hole. I love to sit on the floor, stretch my legs out, read my book, turn my heater on so that my feet can be warm. And it's not necessarily a pretty place to sit, but it's practical for me and comfortable, and I really enjoy it. It's the only place in our whole house downstairs that's carpeted. Hello, Dobby. Hey, did I startle you? You wanna get in my lap? When I go into my closet, it's about 6:40 by the time that I get everything set up and I'm settled onto the floor and getting ready to read. And then after a few minutes, or maybe sometimes immediately, I will take my hair down so that I won't have tons of creases. I washed my hair the night before and just let it air dry overnight. So now it's 7:04, so I've been reading probably about 20 minutes before I took my hair down. And I'm about to do Duolingo. I have been on a roll. I have not missed one day since, I think it was January the 2nd when I started it. And my goal is to do it for the whole year. It's now 7:11. I just finished my Duolingo lesson. And something I try to do before I have my coffee, I forgot, which is to get Lawson's medicine ready and out for him. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. He takes ADHD medicine in the morning and the afternoon. So I have it already in a little pill box. But then I use a medicine cup and just put the medicine in there and then put it where he likes to start his day, which is on the couch watching something, usually, lately anyway, YouTube. Since I've got Lawson's medicine out where he can get it when he wakes up, And it's not a school day. We're still having, I think, 1 week exactly left of summer. And he's asleep. I can go back into my closet and read a little bit more. It's between 7:45 and 8 a.m. now, and I'm getting my smoothie ready. I have the ingredients that just popped up on the screen there, but I know that's really hard to see, so I'm going to talk about it as I create my smoothie. So I start with flaxseed, and it is about 2 tablespoons, 15 grams of flaxseed. Then I use dark cocoa powder, unsweetened, 15 grams, which is about 1 tablespoon. Then I use a multi-collagen powder, and the kind that we've been getting, I can't really pronounce it, but I think it's Horbach, and I use 1 scoop of that, which is about 11.5 grams. Then for the protein powder, I use bone broth most of the time. Occasionally I'll switch it up and use something different, but today I'm using the bone broth that is chocolate flavored. I use vanilla a lot of times too, and that's 1 heaping scoop, about 28 grams. Then for my liquid, you'll see that I will use a low-fat, ultra-filtered milk that is from Kroger. It's Kroger brand, and it's Carb Master. It is so delicious. That chocolate milk makes it super creamy. And then I also use 1 cup of almond milk. So I'm using, I'm showing you the Carb Master chocolate milk, and I'm using a Ninja cup to blend it all up. And the Ninja cup does a really good job making a delicious smoothie, but I will say it's not completely liquefied, which I like a little bit of texture, but if I do want it completely liquefied, then I will need to use the Vitamix that we have. But this is so simple to just use this little blender cup. I can put the blender cup in the dishwasher with no problem. The Vitamix blender, I have put it in the dishwasher before and ruined the blender. Like, it melted. So we had to get a new one, and it was not cheap. Here I'm adding about 1/4 of a teaspoon of pure stevia. I forgot to mention that I am attempting to remember every day to put creatine in my smoothie. Sometimes I use the other kind of creatine to flavor my water. So I have just unflavored, and then I also have watermelon and pineapple mango. I'm going to add frozen blueberries. Sometimes I do blueberries, sometimes I do strawberries, sometimes I do a little bit of both. But 1 cup of frozen fruit. And then I'm going to do 1 cup and maybe a little bit more of frozen squash and zucchini. It makes it thick, gives some extra vitamins, makes it cold. I don't put ice in my smoothie because I don't want it to be watery. But also the ice makes it so cold that I get really cold. So the blender cup gets very full. Okay, ready to go. Give it a little shake. I'm going to put it on. Oh, let me show you this. Remember earlier, I put these 2 vitamins on top of the blender base so that I would remember to take it before I drink my smoothie. Smoothie is done so that it'll stay cold and that I don't have to touch this cold container over and over. I'll just dump it into this huge Bubba cup. Well, it's ready to drink. I put my hair up and down numerous times throughout the day. And then I'm going to finish unloading the dishwasher and then putting the dirty dishes from this morning back into the dishwasher. After I finish drinking my smoothie, my total calories for the morning so far will have been 642. 67 calories from the Premier Protein Shake that I put in my coffee, and then 575 from the smoothie. Ooh. As I was refilling the smoothie container, of course, everything poofed out at the top. As you saw, I had overfilled it. That kind of stuff happens. And so I'm going to wipe up my mess. That's a Thieves cleanser. And I just mix it up in that little plastic bottle. Glass is very aesthetically pleasing, but that particular bottle is big and I like it. It squirts very well. I'm going to continue drinking my smoothie. It takes me a while to drink that thing because it's thick and big. And I am going to refill all of my containers so that I will have 7 containers full of all of my smoothie ingredients. So what I did this morning, I will not have to do for 7 more days. I can just dump and go. Then after I filled everything, just put it back up in the cabinet. I don't know if you noticed earlier, but on the cabinet doors, I have things written. One of the things Lawson wrote for me, just a general guideline of how much baking soda to baking powder. Another very simple part of my routine is to text my mother every day. I finished my smoothie. I'm going to wipe my face, brush my teeth, brush out my hair. Even though I already did it this morning, very early. Sunscreen, I use whatever is readily available. Right now I'm using the Blue Lizard, and sometimes I also use this Olay Invisible, which I like. And BB Fresh, it is SPF 30. My dermatologist said that using something with a little bit of color actually helps protect your skin even more from the sun. But on the days I don't work, I don't like to put any makeup on because I don't want to have to wash it off at the end of the day. That's pretty lazy. But maybe I'll do a little bit of this just for some sun protection, extra sun protection. And then I do a little bit of blush. And on the days that I'm not working, I don't typically wear mascara. I'm now going to make my peanut butter sweet potato pudding, which is something I have been eating for quite a long time, and I have not gotten tired of it. I just love it. I've already prepped several of the ingredients, but I'm going to go through those ingredients with you. And I use this scale to help me make sure I'm getting all of the ratios correct in terms of ingredients. So I'm starting with cottage cheese, non-fat, 225 grams. I use the Kroger brand because it's less expensive and delicious. I also am using 150 grams of baked sweet potato that I have already baked. I also add Smucker's natural peanut butter, 25 grams, Jell-O instant pudding, the butterscotch flavor, 10 grams of that, which is a tablespoon. And then I add ground cinnamon, a dash of salt, and just a little bit of xanthan gum to make it thick. I love my puddings to be thick.
What are you doing, Mama? What are you making?
Peanut butter sweet potato pudding.
Oh, wow, that sounds good.
Yes, it is
Oh,
delicious.
yummy. It smells so good, too.
You're so sweet.
Have you told them to like and subscribe yet? And comment down on the video?
I have not.
Okay, well, tell them to do it. Like and subscribe and comment down below.
Let me get this huge blender out of your face. Is that better?
And remember to try this recipe at your home at yourself.
Try what?
Try this recipe that my mom is using at your house.
Okay.
And just comment down below after you try it if you like it or not.
Well, thank you for that, Lawson.
Of course. You did make sure to tell them the ingredients you're using.
I will. Loud noise. So Lawson, I knew he would. He's already, hey, over there. Picked up the trash from last night. How'd it go last night with staying up a little bit later than me?
Good.
Thumbs up?
Uh-huh.
Okay, you gonna go back to your YouTube video?
Yep, this is Sam Duke to shout out to him again. Go to the channel and subscribe and like his videos.
As part of my morning routine, I like to look at this chart that I created. And we're starting off a new week, so I need to fill in the days of the week. So I've already done Monday through Sunday. So let me just do the dates. Okay, so today, let's see what I've already done. If I've done it, I will put a check mark. So far, let's see, I've unloaded the dishwasher and I've done Duolingo. So Lawson will do the litter box. So these are things that I'm gonna do, and sometimes other people as well. So like the litter box will be Lawson. Then he will sweep around the litter box. Wiping kitchen handles, sometimes Lawson, sometimes me, usually me. And you can see over here that I'm not very good about it. When I say wiping kitchen handles, that includes everything from the dishwasher handle to the refrigerator handle, every handle in the kitchen, because they get dirty. So 1, 2, 3, 4, I skipped it 5 days last week. I'm pretty good about washing the faucet handles, but then I'll forget about other things unless I can see that they're dirty. Spot cleaning the floor, just picking up things as we go along, little smudges and things help so that I don't have to do a huge mop too often. Cleaning the TV trays, making tea, so you can see where I need to work on some things. And sometimes, like with making tea, it's just because I don't have to do it every single day. I try to do something with the laundry every day, but it doesn't always happen. Happy birthday abs, that's just where I'm doing like an isometric contraction of my stomach to that song. Kind of crazy, but it helps with diastasis recti. I do use Latisse, but not every day. This might seem strange, but I do like to actually record bowel movements. TMI. Okay, Duolingo, and then Lawson has to do vision training because he has an extraocular eye condition, so he just does that. This is what I ended up doing in terms of my exercise this morning. And then also another thing that I like to do every morning is look at, let's see, my to-do list. So instead of having a regular calendar, which I've done a lot of times, I just started printing basically just a to-do list. And then if I have any appointments, I'll just put it all on here. And I just look in my calendar on my phone and fill it in from there. Now I'm getting vitamins and supplements ready, all organized so that it makes the upcoming week easier. And while I am getting this ready, I wanted to talk to you guys just for a minute about one of the reasons that I started this YouTube channel. This is my second video. I did videos a long time ago for physical therapy whenever I was teaching kinesiology and therapeutic exercise. And during COVID, I couldn't teach in person, so I did some videos way back then for my students. But this is the second video that I'm posting for this particular YouTube channel that I am entitling Muscle Mom Marie. And so I really want to talk about gaining muscle, keeping muscle, how I'm doing that. And then I also want to talk about being a parent and just life as a parent, because I was married for 14 years before I ever had Lawson, and it was just a huge adjustment. Also, probably 2 years ago, I really started this journey to gain more muscle, increase calories, and I wanted some inspiration and just motivation, really. Okay, now I'm on to laundry, but I'm going to keep telling you guys about a couple of the reasons, at least, why I started this channel. So whenever I was looking for YouTube videos about gaining weight, gaining muscle, eating higher calories, I could hardly find anything. I mean, I did find some content, but most of it, honestly, was related to men or very young girls. And as a 47-year-old mom, everything that I saw, or that I have been able to find anyway, was related to losing weight, or if it was gaining muscle, which there's quite a bit of content now about gaining muscle, still the calories were quite low. So I was missing some content that included higher calories, and currently my calorie load is 37 to 4,000. Did y'all hear Lawson hum in the background? This is the made-up version of the bed that I did a little later. And then here is my total calorie count for the day. At the very beginning of this video, I told you guys that I would let you know my total consumption for the entire day. I had a target of 3,800, and here I am at 3,707. So I missed the target, but not by a whole lot. We're back to Tuesday, July the 27th, and I just wanted to wrap the video up, say thanks for watching. If you stayed till the end, I really appreciate it. Obviously, I did not meet my goal of 3,800 calories. Womp womp. I got pretty close, about 3,700. So that 100 extra calories I could have gotten if I had eaten a little bit more in the morning. It would have been easier. And going back and just looking at everything that I measure and that I record on the chronometer, I see that the mornings that I actually eat more, something a little after my smoothie, I can meet the goal much, much easier. You know, one of my favorite authors and happiness researchers, Gretchen Rubin, always says you can manage what you measure. And isn't that the truth? So right now I'm at the gym. I finished up at work. I came to the gym to do chest flies, back flies, and the hydro massage chair, which is fabulous. I love that thing. I'll have to take you in there. If there's no one in there right now, I'll go and show you if you haven't ever seen one. But this morning, I did my typical morning routine for the work day, and I will show you that coming up soon. And so I did chest and back at home, partially. And then today after work, I came to finish up just maybe 20 minutes, chest flies, back flies, and then, like I said, the massage chair. So let me take you in here. I was going to show you when I was on it earlier, but somebody was right next to me. But this is the room. And then you just lay down, recline, and it's a 12-minute hot water, high pressure massage. Now, is it deep tissue? Absolutely not. But does it feel amazing? Yes. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.